Barack, kick us off.
Round one, fight.
Sadly, I'm not a full-time comic, and my modeling career has slowed down. This job for me is wonderful. I don't think anybody really chooses to play Trump. In my personal opinion, Trump plays a lot of people, so I figured that it was a good way to get back.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome here to the Washington Roast.
So the show brings together some of the DC area's most creative writers and performers and stand-up comedians in character as political deplorables from both sides of the aisle.
Our combatants will face off head-to-head, exchanging jabs and punchlines in 2 to 3 minute rounds.
No one in our show is a professional. You're getting Nancy Pelosi played by someone who's a barista by day.
At the time, I had like a little tiny afro, so I was like, I'll be Afro Nancy Pelosi.
You're getting Donald Trump played by a wine salesman. It just sort of came to my head. I'm like, well, there has to be a show where all these people that live in this area just get together and just drink a beer and just try to forget their problems on a Friday. That was really the genesis of how the idea came together.
I went to a very, very progressive school. I still have an uncle who is very much involved in not really progressive politics. So it was fascinating to watch my family interact over Thanksgiving and people having very hard opinions about soft issues.
I will say I am no holds barred on stage. I am not sensitive. I am pressing all of the buttons.
Politics is so uptight that I run in the opposite direction.
Figured if the Little Mermaid can be black, why can't I?
I'm a black woman in DC living below the poverty line, full disclosure. And that is not usually a voice that is always heard. I talk a lot about reclaiming my time on stage, which is not a Pelosi statement, but it is something that black women need to be able to do, is like stand up and reclaim their time.
Politically, people get very, very harsh with each other and quick to not even listen to somebody else's opinion. So I think putting the absolute emphasis on the sublime and ridiculous situations we live in maybe help people relax a little bit.
Comedy goes both ways. We're not exclusively hitting Republicans. We're not exclusively hitting on Democrats. That's part of the magic of the show. In fact, I'm constantly told by different audience members, I'm Republican, my partner is Democratic. We both had such a great time.
My entire family on my mom's side came to a show that we performed at Magooby's Joke House. My uncle is a staunch Republican, and he was laughing hysterically at everything.
Regardless of what anybody is going to do in November, how they vote, that they just can respect each other's opinions. Regardless of what your political affiliations are, everybody has a family. Everyone's just trying to live.
And I have a maybe foolish idea is that if we can laugh together, we can work together.